Hello, welcome everybody. My name is Adam. Thank you for watching this. This is just a very quick video here I'm making. It's literally like 6:30. I've just now got back from FlightSim 2018 down in Cosford, and I just wanted to lay to everybody what went down today. There was a lot of things happening, a lot of announcements, and for those who sadly couldn't make it, here is your chance to catch up with the rest of the world. So, RAF Museum down in Cosford in the UK hosted FlightSim 2018. It was their biggest event. Speaking to a lot of the exhibitors there, who were in attendance, were saying that this was the biggest one in the UK that they've ever been to for the past 4 years, and it was even bigger than Las Vegas in the USA. There was about 3 times the amount of people who showed up today than last year, and this was my first time for going. I've never been, so I didn't know what to expect, but it was like a Comic-Con type of event. There were thousands of people walking around in a hangar that I'm sure was not designed for thousands of people to be walking around. There was near enough 40 exhibitions on show throughout. Here is basically, I'm going to show you a list now. Here is a list of everybody who was in attendance, and save me reading out the list of names. I'll let you pause the video or something so you can check out who was there, and I'll leave it up whilst I read out this email, because for me it all started about a couple of months ago when the pre-order tickets went up. I quickly went to the website, I ordered the tickets, and last week I got this email, which I'll just quickly read out, and it basically kind of tells you what's going on and tells you what's in the goodie bag if you buy the advanced tickets, which were only £8 as opposed to paying £10 on the door. So the email said, "Hi Adam, just a quick note to say thanks for purchasing your advanced tickets for the FlightSim 2018. Please remember," it just gives you sort of, print them or bring them on your digital device or whatever. "Here's a quick recap covering the aspects of the show. The usual good number of exhibitions are booked in for this year's show, including," and there's a whole list of them, which are ones you can see in front of you now. "The final floor plan can be found, yada yada yada. There are 6 presentations this year. The schedule can also be found on the show website, which I will read out in a moment. The seminars are held in the auditorium in the Cold War hangar, which is in the hangar located directly next to Hangar 1. And I'm pretty sure we were in Hangar 1 today, but I could be wrong there. There will be directional signs up, of course. The show opens at 9:30 AM. Now, it was raining when a lot of us got there. It was pretty cold. I got there a little bit early, me and my girlfriend, because I bought 2 tickets. And we were outside for about 10-15 minutes, only because we arrived early though, waiting to go in, and we were freezing our titties off. Show closes at 5 PM, and if you're arriving by train, yada yada yada. Once again, there'll be food there in the hangar, and as an advance ticket holder, you are of course entitled to an exclusive goodie bag, which you will receive when you enter the hangar. In the goodie bag, you will find a Just Flight voucher card offering a free add-on, which is the choice of 2 products. Now, I've got the goodie bag here, and inside, basically, it's just a white plastic bag, and it says PC Pilot Magazine on the cover. And inside, there is a whole host of goodies. Oh my gosh, look at all these things. Now, the Just Flight voucher complimentary product, you got the choice of 2 products. You can only have one, and you can either have the DH-104 Dove and Devon, which I'm guessing sounds like a plane, or you can have the Conington Airfield, which is obviously an airfield, which is brilliant, really. That's great. Thank you, Just Flight, who were the organizers of the event as well. You also get an ORBX mouse mat inside, and that is super cool, showcasing, what was they showcasing again on the mouse mats? They are showcasing Innsbruck airports. Pretty cool. FS Elite raffle ticket, giving you the chance to win one of several products, basically every brand name you can think of, and you're going to get to pick one product if you win the raffle. They're going to email the winner a Chillblast voucher entitling you to £50 off any PC you purchase from the show. So if you go, you buy a PC, you get 50 quid off that price. a recent copy of the PC Pilot magazine, and there's just a whole load of other leaflets as well thrown in. And it says, please remember these offers and items are valid for advanced ticket holders only and cannot be shared or passed to others. I do hope that means information as well, because I'm only handing out information, guys. I ain't giving out any vouchers. Now, going through what I saw, so I didn't take any video. I just took my phone. It was the first time I attended this. So I took a lot of pictures, and here are the pictures. So, going around, like, I mean, it was pretty amazing what I saw. I was kind of like almost awestruck because, you know, you've got the RAF Museum, which has got loads of these planes, and, you know, and that on its own is like, oh, if you're an aviation fan like myself, your just jaw has already dropped. But then on top of that, you've got all these stands who are basically people and products and items that you've been interacting with sort of in your privacy of your own home, and that you've got to know very well, and now they're in the flesh, so to speak. Plus you've got the people themselves. A lot of people off YouTube or Twitch, or people, developers, top developers as well, are there in the flesh, and it's like there's another level on top of that. And then the amount of people that are there. Now, you know, speaking to a lot of the people who had stands, they were saying that this is the biggest show that they'd seen, bigger than last year. 3 times as many people turned up this year than last year. I was speaking with Matt Davies, and he said it was bigger than Las Vegas. And I mean, I was astounding at how many people have shown up. Now the presentations, because that was obviously in the main hangar, and you walked around. The presentations, there were certain times. Now I didn't go to the Infinite Flight one or the FSFX packages. The first one and the only 2 that I attended was Project Fly and ORBX. Now Project Fly, as you know, is Matt Davies' company. He's got a small team of people working on several products, and he basically went through all the products that they were talking about. They were talking about the A380, which looks fantastic. You saw a few pictures from there. The room itself was quite brightly lit, even with the lights turned down, and so it was done on a projector. So some of the pictures weren't fantastically as good as they are on the computer, and I know he said he's going to upload the pictures to social media so you can see, or even probably on the website already, so you'll be able to see them in their, you know, great fidelity. Talking about the A380, the one thing that really struck me about the A380 development is that they want to put in the ability to, when you buy the plane, you can either obviously, you know, you pilot the plane, you know, the A380, first officer it, but you can also sit as a passenger in the back and have a virtual pilot fly your plane from the destination to destination, and you can literally take a virtual flight. And I thought that was pretty cool, and I asked them, like, you know, is this, so what we're basically talking about, like party in a plane where you and your mates can hook up and go on like a virtual flight together in the plane? Is it going to be as detailed as the cockpit? And he went, yes. He said the rear passenger section is going to be as high fidelity detailed as the cockpit, and you're going to be able to have up to 500 connections at once in this shared cockpit type of scenario, which means, you know, you could have you and then haul all your mates in the back, connected up, go fly across the Atlantic on like a 9-hour trip, and just they're going crazy in the back, you know, talking to each other. You could host, I mean, the possibilities for this are mind-blowing. You could host a conference on a virtual plane, you know, have a person flying it, and then do a conference between businesses in the back, you know, and you're looking out, and it's just mind-blowing. It sounds awesome. That is, for me, the one thing, the one big thing from their whole presentation that they were doing, that I took away was like, wow, I can't wait for that. They're talking about Project Fly and all the forthcoming things that they got planned for that. And they also talked about, I can't remember the name of it now, it was like True Sound or something, but they were talking basically about immersive audio application that you could use for when you're, you know, talking online to the ATC, to make it more immersive, to sound more realistic, as if it's coming from an actual cockpit not only based on the type of plane you're flying, but also based on the location you are for the distance from the tower. Because obviously, the further away you are from the beacon or the controller, the more muffled you're going to be. If there's interference or if there's other pilots talking on the same frequency, you're not going to be able to be audibly heard. It's not going to be like it is now at the moment. That's what they're working on as well. I mean, again, a lot of cool stuff. I can't wait. Then up came ORBX with their live presentation of England True Earth, mainly for X-Plane 11. They were talking about, but they were talking about, you know, all of their products really, but they were concentrating on X-Plane. And again, what that looked like was pretty amazing. I mean, it's basically just like what you'd expect from the Netherlands True Earth. Detailed. It was really fabulous work, and all for X-Plane 11. I talked to one of the developers afterwards saying, is it coming to Prepared? They said in the distant future it will be. It's not on the schedule at the moment. It's mainly for X-Plane 11. Enjoy that, but it will be coming to Prepared in the future. Other people I were chatting to were people like FS Elite. They've got their own application called Directory, which should be launching next month, and it's basically going to be your one-stop shop for purchasing airports into your sim, and it's going to also keep track of not only your purchases but updates as well. It's going to, you know, update your sim with the updates from the purchases you've made, and it's going to, instead of going to like 5 different websites, you're only going to have to go to this one, and then you've got all your airports, and there's even a map. You know, like ORBX do a map of where all their freeware airports are. It's going to be exactly the same for this one, but this one's going to cover all the ones that I believe have SODE jetways, and a lot of, you know, main, probably basically any airport that's not an ORBX, pretty much is what it's going to be. But again, that looked pretty awesome and pretty, you know, sort of streamlining for the user as well, making it much easier to get your add-ons into your sim. Chillblast were there. They were showing off their latest and greatest computers and their virtual. I went on the virtual, first time I've tried the VR, and it's like, oh my, I'm sold on the Oculus Rift. You know, in the future I will be getting an Oculus Rift VR for the FlightSim, even though I've got a 4K TV. But it was awesome. You were immersed totally, to the point where my girlfriend was like, you know, you look like you were sniffing that dude's bum just then when you were leaning over. And I was like, I was looking out the window. I just couldn't, you know, honestly, you are totally transported. And it is so awesome. You look around the cockpit, the buttons, you feel like you could reach out and grab the handle, but you've got to be careful. You are in the real world still. Other things that were there, oh gosh, there was so much to take on. It was absolutely crazy, you know. ORBX, you know, they had their presentation, but they had their stand as well, and they were showing off. Now, I want to do a special mention to a bunch of great guys, Jetstream Radio. Now, this to me, for me, was like almost the pinnacle of this event, because this is something completely new that I've never heard about in flight simulation or even thought possible. But these guys are basically DJs of the skies, okay? They have a website. You can sign up to that website. You can become an online DJ, okay? Obviously, maybe playing music, talking about whatever. But basically, like, the idea was to do it from inside the cockpit flying, you know? But it's basically you're an online DJ for the flight simulation world. But, I mean, how cool would that be? You're 40,000 feet in the air, you're flying your plane, let's put it on autopilot, and hey, welcome, it's, you know, Airbus FM, and we're at 40,000 feet on the way to Madrid. It's party time, here we go, let's crank it up with, and then you play a song to get everybody in the mood. And then you you know, you could literally talk you through your landing. Okay, we're coming in now on the final approach, and to ease us down into our you know, runway, let's play a little runaway song ourselves. You know what I mean? Honestly, it would be awesome. You can totally head over jetstreamradio.com, sign up, become a radio DJ. No experience necessary. They're looking for applications. Head over, awesome. Just Flight, they were there. They had all their products on display, just like Aerosoft did. Aerosoft, I didn't notice were giving away any discounts of any kind. They literally just had all their products out that you could buy. Very tempting, but Just Flight, they had all their products out, and they had some of the developers of them products there, and you were able to go over and talk to them. I grabbed Traffic Global, the early access. I'm going to do a little video on that in the future when I've installed it into the sim. But all of their products were on offer. There was a show price there, so there was a discount. So for, you know, Traffic Global, you know, if you go to the website, it says it's 35 quid reduced down to 28 pounds. I got it for 20 quid at the show price. You know, every item is either 10, 15 or 20 pounds reduced down from, you know, 30, 40 pounds, and it's like you could literally go and pick up a plane for a tenner. I know somebody behind me in the queue was getting the DC-8 jetliner, you know, a 4-engined aircraft for a tenner, and I'm like, dude, I've got pretty much all of these add-ons and I paid full price. And I was like, I wish I'd have known, because I could have saved me money and I could have just brought down like 100 odd quid and cleaned up, you know. Yeah, so I had a blast. I really had a great time. I really urge you, if you can make it next year, go next year. Come on over if you live abroad. There was people there from the Netherlands. There was people there from America. There was people there from all over Australia, Germany. It was crazy how many people turned up. I feel so sorry for the RAF Museum. They must have had not enough cupcakes on sale to satisfy the masses. Other presentations that day included aviotech simulation software for X-Plane, and of course laminar research for X-Plane. Sadly, I fly P3D. I did stay for ORBX's X-Plane demo though, because I wanted to hear about it, but I didn't stay for the other X-Plane demos because I fly P3D. But I'm sure there are going to be plenty of videos, plenty of people with their own pictures, their own experiences talking about it. You know, you could fly there were so many cockpit setups there that you could fly. There was so much hardware there. Oh my gosh, there must have been at least 100 grand's worth of hardware sitting in the hangar that day today. But British Airways had their simulator outside as well, and you could literally get in and fly that. I had an amazing time, as you could probably guess. You'll have to excuse the Ron Jeremy Tash. There's something for Queen that I'm doing, in not for actual Queen, not her Royal Highness, but for when the film comes out. That's why I've got a Freddy Tash. So usually I've got a beard, but anyway, don't worry about that. And thanks for listening to this. I think that's it. I'm going to end it here. Get back to the normal videos I do. Thanks for watching, and catch you later, guys. Bye.